Welcome to today's lesson in physics. Today we are discussing a few problems. First, example 715. A cord of negligible mass is wound round the rim of a flywheel of mass 20 kg and radius 20 cm. A steady pull of 25 Newton is applied on the cord as shown in figure. The flywheel is mounted on a horizontal axle with frictionless bearings. Compute the acceleration, that means angular acceleration of the wheel, and work done by the pull when 20 meters of the cord is unwound. Find also the kinetic energy of the wheel at this point. Assume that the wheel starts from rest. Compare the answers to the parts B and C. So the diagram referred is this. So you can imagine, I think, as it is given, you have a flywheel and the cord of the flywheel, it is wound round the wheel, and the mass and radius of the flywheel is given. So flywheel, it's having 20 kg mass and radius 20 centimeters, which is 0.2 meter. And it is given with a 25 Newton force, the cord is pulled down. So the cord gets unwound. So by that, the flywheel, it rotates about its axle. So we are asked to find angular acceleration. So here, how can we find angular acceleration? Angular acceleration is alpha. So to find alpha, we can write torque first. We know the expression for torque from the definition. It is torque toe equal to R cross F. Here R and F, because force is acting tangentially to the periphery of the flywheel. So tangent and radius, they are perpendicular to each other. So we can say that the angle between F and R, it is 90 degrees. So R cross F, it becomes RF. So torque, it becomes RF. So here F is 25 Newton and R is radius, that is 20 centimeter, 0.2 meter. So using that, we will obtain torque, that is 25 into 0.2, that is 5 Newton meter. Now we can find the torque using another expression, that is I alpha. Tau equal to I alpha, that is I is moment of inertia and alpha is angular acceleration. So now we already got the value of torque. Equating it to I alpha, we can find alpha. So before that, we need to find I, the moment of inertia. Moment of inertia of the flywheel about its axis. Moment of inertia of flywheel means it is a disc. So it is mr square by 2. So we have 0.4 kilogram meter square. Now substituting in I alpha equal to 2, we have angular acceleration alpha as 12.35 radian per second square, or simply per second square. So that is the answer to the first question. Now coming to the B part, what is the work done by the pull in unwinding 2 meters of the cord? So you can imagine that situation when we pull the cord down, that cord, the end of the cord, that is the point of application. The point of application undergoes a displacement of 2 meters. the cord gets unwound means that point of application of the force has a displacement 2 meter. So the expression for work, you know, force into displacement, it is F dot S. Here Fs cos theta, theta becomes 0 because force and displacement are in the same direction. So Fs cos 0, it is Fs. So force into displacement. So 25 into 2 meter, that is 50 joule. So we are getting work done as 50 joule. Now coming to third part, we are asked to find kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, we are assuming omega to be the final angular velocity, and it's given that it starts from rest, so initial angular velocity is 0. So we have omega 0 equal to 0. And kinetic energy, you know that expression is half I omega square. So we have the equation omega square equal to omega 0 square plus 2 alpha theta. So substituting for alpha and theta. So we need to find theta first. Theta is the angular displacement. So how will we get the angular displacement? It's given that 2 meter of the cord is unwound. So length of the cord unwound divided by radius will give us the angular displacement. We are getting it from the definition of angle. Angle is arc length by radius. So here arc length, it comes as the length of the unwound string, and that divided by radius, it gives the angular displacement. So getting theta, we will get omega square as 250 radian per second square. So we can write kinetic energy gained as half into 0.4 into 250, that is 50 joule. So we have B part answer as 50 joule, which is work done by the pull. Kinetic energy gained also is 50 joule. So we are confirming the work energy theorem, that is work done appears as the change in kinetic energy, and there is no loss due to friction. Next problem. An automobile moves on a road with a speed of 54 km per hour. The radius of its wheels is 0.35 meter. What is the average negative torque transmitted by its brakes to a wheel if the vehicle is brought to rest in 15 seconds? The moment of inertia of the wheel about the axis of rotation is 3 kilogram meter square. So moment of inertia is given. We have to find the average negative torque. So to get the torque, first we need to find the acceleration. So to find acceleration, we can use the equation, first equation, from which we have alpha equal to omega minus omega 0 by t. So t is 15 seconds. Now omega and omega 0, finally it is coming to rest. So omega final angular velocity is 0. Now initial angular velocity we need to find. So we can use that simple equation v equal to r omega. So omega equal to v by r. So here that initial velocity it's given as 54 km per hour. We can convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. For that we need to multiply it with 5 by 18. So 54 into 5 by 18, we will get 15 meter per second. So r is equal to 0.35 meter, it's given. So we have omega 0 equal to u by r. Here u stands for that initial velocity. So we have 15 by 0.35, that much radian per second. As I said, finally it is coming to rest. So final angular velocity is 0. So substituting, we get average angular acceleration as minus 1 by 0.35 radian per second square. So if we get alpha, we can easily calculate torque because tau equal to I alpha. I is given directly 3 kilogram meter square. So we have minus 3 into 1 by 0.35. Doing calculation, we will get minus 8.57 kilogram meter square per second square. Next, a cylinder of length 20 centimeter and radius 10 centimeter is rotating about its central axis at an angular speed of 100 radian per second. What tangential force will stop the cylinder at a uniform rate in 10 seconds? The moment of inertia of the cylinder about its axis of rotation is 0.8 kilogram meter square. So it's given that the angular speed is 100 radian per second initially, and the force required to stop. So finally it is coming to rest, means final angular velocity is 0. So omega 0 is 100 and omega is 0, and time given it is 10 seconds. So from that data we can easily calculate alpha. So we have alpha equal to omega minus omega 0 by t. So we have minus 10 radian per second square, and we are asked to calculate the force. So we can use the two equations for torque as we stated earlier. Torque tau equal to r cross f. Here also by the same argument we will have tau equal to rf, that is equal to I alpha. Here I and alpha we have already got. From that we will easily get f. F is equal to I alpha by r. So substituting the values, we are getting f as minus 80 Newton. Now coming to the next question. A grindstone has a moment of inertia 6 kilogram meter square. A constant torque is applied and the grindstone is found to have a speed 150 rotation per minute 10 seconds after starting from rest. Calculate the torque. So this question also very easy. We have to calculate torque. Torque equal to I alpha. That's what we need to find. So first we need to find alpha. So to find alpha, we need omega and omega 0. So time taken, it is 10 seconds. So it's given, moment of inertia is directly given. Constant torque is applied and it is found to have a speed 150 rotation per minute. So before that it is assumed to be at rest. So omega 0, initially it is at rest, so omega 0 is 0. So to find omega, the final angular velocity, we have this data, that is its speed is 150 rotation per minute. From that we will get nu, from which we will get omega. You know, in 1 minute 150 rotation, 1 minute means 60 seconds. In 60 seconds 150 rotation, 60 seconds 150 rotation. So in 1 second how many rotations? It is 150 by 60, that is 5 by 2 rotation per second. That is our frequency. This is the frequency. Okay. Now if we know the frequency, what is the angular frequency? Omega equal to 2 pi nu. So we have 2 pi into 5 by 2, that is 5 pi radian per second. So knowing omega, we can get alpha. Alpha is omega minus omega 0 by t, that is 5 pi minus 0 by 10, that is pi by 2 radian per second square. Now we can calculate torque I alpha 6 into pi by 2, that is 3 pi Newton meter.